Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Max English Podcast. I'm Max, and today we're going to talk about something very important for your English speaking. Today's topic is conversation. Because for many English learners, the biggest problem is not starting a conversation. The biggest problem is continuing a conversation. Many learners can say hello, they can say how are you, they can say my name is blah blah blah, but after that, something happens. There's a silence, stress, there is panic. You think, what should I say now? Your mind feels empty. Your English disappears. This is what I call freezing in the middle of a conversation. And today, we're going to fix this. Today, I'm going to teach you something that I call the conversation engine. This is a simple system that helps you keep conversations alive, natural, and also flowing. You'll learn how to ask follow up questions, how to repeat and mirror what the other person says, and how to use expansion phrases to say more without stress. I'll explain everything in simple, clear English, and I'll give you many examples. And by the end of this episode, you won't just speak English, you'll move conversations forward. So let's begin. First, something very important. A conversation is not a test. It is not about a perfect grammar, it's not about perfect vocabulary. A conversation is about interest. Native speakers are not good at conversations because they know more grammar. They are good because they show interest in the other person. And the good news is, interest is a skill you can learn. Let's look at this simple example. Someone says, I work in a hospital. Many people say, oh, okay, and then silence. But a fluent speaker does something different. They say, oh, really? What do you do there? That sounds interesting. Are you a doctor or a nurse? Is it busy? And do you see the difference here? The fluent speaker opens the conversation. They don't just end it. This is the first part of conversation engine, follow-up questions. A follow-up question is a question connected to what the other person just said. Now, a new topic, not a random questions, a connected question. Let's say someone says, I live in London. Don't reply with, oh, okay. You can say, oh, really? Which part? Or, how long have you lived there? Or, do you like living there? Or, is it expensive? All of these phrases show interest. Another example. For example, someone says, I'm learning English. You can say, nice, how long have you been learning? Or, why are you learning English? Or, what's difficult for you? Notice something important. You're not thinking about grammar, you're thinking about curiosity. Now, when learners freeze, it's because they think, what sentence should I use? But fluent speakers think differently. They say, what can I ask about what I just heard? This changes everything. You don't need a new topic, the other person gives you the topic. Your job is only to follow up. Now, let's talk about another powerful tool, repeating part of what the other person says. For example, if someone says, I work in a restaurant, you can reply with, a restaurant? That sounds busy. Or, oh, you work in a restaurant. What do you do there? Or, a restaurant? Do you like it? And repeating words like restaurant, English, traveling makes the conversation feel connected and natural. It also gives your brain time to think. Very useful when you freeze. And remember to repeat the meaning, not just the words. If someone says, I'm tired today, you can say, tired today? Did you sleep well? You sound tired. Was it a long day? Now, you are repeating the feeling, not just a word, and this makes the conversation warmer and more human. Now, let's talk about expansion words or phrases. There are short phrases that help you say more. As an example, I think, I feel, I like it because, it's good, but, for example, it depends. For example, if someone says, do you like living here? You can say, yes, I like it because the people are friendly. Or, yeah, I like it, but it's a bit expensive. You see, you don't need long stories, you just one extra sentence, and that is enough. Now, the full conversation engine, let's combine everything. If someone says, I'm learning English, you can say, learning English. That's great. Why are you learning? You see, you repeat it and you ask a follow up question. That's the conversation engine that works smoothly always. Now, remember this, when you feel stuck, don't panic, don't change the topic, don't go silent. Just ask one simple question about what you heard. Real English is not perfect English. Real English is alive English. And now you have the tools to keep it alive. Thank you for listening to another episode of Max English Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. And until next time, keep speaking, keep connecting, and keep learning. Bye for now.